Three, two, one.
Flanders.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that in for context. We say Pinecone at the beginning of every recording at the same time so we can sync it up easier. Dylan said Flanders. I'm happy you picked that up from me.
You've done it to me so much,
actually.
I'm gonna do it to you now.
I'm okay with this. Anyway, so we've already seen this level, but this is me showing off my original Platinum run. This is a Platinum run I did when this level first came out. It took me not 1 hour, not 2 hours, not 4 hours, not 6 hours, not even 8 hours, but 12.
Jeez.
This took me 12 hours. 8 hours the first day, 4 the next. I only stopped the first day because my controller died. I don't know why, but I was so determined to do this. At the time, I had no plans of getting all platinum, so I have no idea why I cared so much. I have all platinums now, and I've done this again since. It only took me half an hour, so cool, it got better. But my first playthrough, this was hell.
You had some.
But yeah, this is my first time ever doing it here. This is actually a video I've had uploaded to my channel for years, like way before I even started doing YouTube. By the way, you have to take that hit there if that isn't synced up properly. Otherwise, this will be desynced in such a way you're gonna have to wait like 10 seconds for you to cross. Anyway, yeah, it's dumb.
Wow.
This was like one of the earliest videos I've uploaded to my channel. I used to upload a bunch of like just normal gameplay videos straight from my Wii U or PS4 because those were like actual features. A handful of games that Wii U had. Yeah, that was a shortcut I was talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was gonna say taking off holidays actually faster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I still have those videos up. They're just unlisted, so you have to go through a playlist to find them. They're nothing interesting. Like, the best one I have, besides maybe this, would be the one, Jedi Michael Jackson fights a dragon in space.
I actually remember that one.
Yeah, it was a Smash Brothers match
I do
of
remember
Michael
Space
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It
Could
was,
forget.
it was a Mii character in Smash Brothers fighting Purple Charizard in Smash 4. Oh, I also had a Mike Judgment Day where I had like 6 King of the Hill fighter, 3 King of the Hill characters and 2 King of the Hill characters and 2 Beavis and Butthead characters, as in Beavis and Butthead, fight to prove who's the best Mike Judge character. I like that video purely for the pun.
My favorite Mii character to play as is still Bob Ross. Still Bob.
For me, it's Hank Hill. Bob Ross is good though.
Yes.
Nothing paints blood like a good paintbrush.
Or propane.
Dang.
Well, I just gotta get a little red out of your throat there.
My heart was pumping so hard here. I remember when I actually completed it, I shout out yes, probably the loudest I've ever done. And I took like a 20-second break of just me heavily breathing before actually writing in my name.
That's great.
It was so intense for me. This was, I don't want to say it's the hardest thing I've ever done because I've since done it in like 30 minutes.
I can only imagine what outside observers were thinking though when you did that. Just yes!
Yeah, even then I was living in an apartment. I think my time on PC is better than this. I'll post it. I'll look at it, see what it is. But yeah.
Well done.
The rest of this is, thank you, this was from 2017 though, so, yeah.
A little late.
Yeah, it took me a while to write down my name, because I was... Anyway, this is why this video exists. A Crash Bandicoot prototype was leaked quite a few years back, and it has a ton of changes. Like, a ton. Like, look at the title screen. This is entirely different. To be fair, I didn't really show the title screen in the original either, because that's not an Insane, but it's just Crash looking at the camera while standing in Insanity Beach. And yeah, the map screen is entirely different. It's more Donkey Kong Country-esque. The font is much more basic.
Loading.
And there's no music to speak of at all.
I was gonna say, this looks like Uber Alpha.
Yeah, this is a very early build. I'm not even entirely sure if Crash was considered a Bandicoot at this point. I mean, he probably was. So Insanity Beach isn't too different. It's mostly just different box placements. But I do show it off anyway because there's a few changes that apply to the entire game. Plus, I've been showing Insane Trilogy this whole time. This is the first time I've shown the original, so you know, I might as well show a decent amount. It feels so empty without the music.
Yeah, I know.
Make it. We're two entirely different parts. So a difference with how Aku Aku works in this game is his in the prototype, his feathers never turn gold. Instead, they just glow. And when you get the third mask, you don't go any faster.
Also, is it just me, or is the little counter by the Wumpa fruit spaced out different?
It is. Also, that checkpoint is very different. Anyway, you also don't go faster when you get the third Aku Aku mask. And I don't know if this is intentional, but this is exactly how it worked in Crash Twinsanity. His feathers never turn gold, and you don't go faster when you have the third mask in that game. No idea if it's intentional. So here, I do try to go for the box gem, even though box gems aren't implemented yet.
I see the box plane, so it's pretty different.
Yeah, it is. There's no boxes that early on in the path. There's only 2 at the very end of that path.
So do they know when this was like released initially? This prototype? How
I
old it
don't
is?
know actually. There's probably I screwed that up. No, I stopped that at this point. I don't actually know, but it might be out there, and if it is, I'll edit it in.
Okay.
So those line of boxes are much harder to get in this prototype because you can't get there with Aku Aku in time. With the third mask, I mean, like you can in the final game. So I just don't get all the boxes here, which doesn't matter because there's no box gem. The exit portal also looks really different.
Yeah.
I know the differences are kind of hard to see considering I didn't even show the PS1 version until now, but still, if you're at all familiar with the final game, the final original game, then you've probably noticed quite a few differences.
Yeah, the whole overworld. Jeez.
Oh, and so this level, that was just me using a transition. You can actually play the majority of the game through.
What is happening?
There are a few unused levels you can get to using a game chart code like this. This being the test room, where they just happen to be testing crates, that spider, and the lab assistant. Also, Crash turns green when you go up there for some reason.
Probably trying to test out other lighting.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Tana also looked different. Her colors were pretty different.
Whoa.
And the Tana tokens are gone. It's fun. It's really looking idiot. You can see Crash's eyeballs.
Yeah, that's different.
Was that in the final game? I actually don't know. Okay.
Whoa.
This level is called Lava Caves. I know that might sound weird because that's clearly acid, not lava. That's because that was originally supposed to be lava, but they realized it kind of blends in with Crash's fur, so they changed it to acid. Also, the only audio that plays here is this really long, annoying beep, so I muted it. I muted this and placed music over it. I did that for the remainder of these levels because all of them have like glitched up music. Ignore the voice crack.
So how many levels total are in this prototype?
I think most of the levels from the final game are in it. And there's a bunch of, like, some of them are very, very unfinished, like Fumbling in the Dark, like it's missing most of the background elements. I don't show it off, unfortunately, though. I forgot to. But most of the levels feel finished enough, but there are a few ones like this that are clearly unfinished, like horribly unfinished. Like, you can't, like, I showed off the entire level already.
No.
Also, this is me using invincibility.
Yeah.
If you press, I believe, all 4 shoulder buttons at once, Crash becomes invincible. It's a debug thing.
Cool.
This is interesting, but,
this
it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's not much here, but this one's more interesting. This is actually a really cool level, and I was really hoping they would actually remake it for Insane Trilogy and actually finish it, but they didn't.
This sort of aged a lot better in PS1 too, with this.
His back texture glitches up. He kind of looks like the green side of a sponge now. The HUD is messed up now.
What the heck?
Yeah. Also, I don't know why that's bouncy. And this is me, like, remembering, oh yeah, you can just do this if you become invincible and walk into the background.
Wow, that's great.
Oh yeah, don't die here because the game will crash.
Okay.
I've had to reset this so many times.
Is that the thumbnail? It crashes way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say, just screenshot that, make that the thumbnail.
It'll just be a few orange pixels, but sure.
A little arrow.
Anyway, this is me. This level, I believe, is called the Waterfall level, which is weird because there is a waterfall level in this prototype, but that one's called the Cliff level. I don't know why the names are reversed. It's so weird.
I like the. I mean, it's kind of cool, right? Go from like tree branches to like the cliffside.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. It's just horribly unfinished.
Ooh.
Like, yeah, that dingo just spawns in out of nowhere, doesn't do anything. There is a. I don't know why that's there. That I don't know what they're called. You know, it's a construction thing you'd see in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the skunks fart now. They don't do that in the final game.
Almost looks like the enemies were planning to have more attacks, but...
I mean, that one at least.
Yeah.
I would assume that dingo probably did more than just stand completely still.
Yeah.
What is happening?
So I'm actually later in the level, but the camera isn't following me. So I had to reset.
The camera just gave up there for a minute.
Yeah.
I like how the boulder is just like a solid color. No, nothing else.
Yeah. Again, this is like really, really early on. At least for this level. As a whole, I don't think it's like too early, but it's still pretty early.
I mean, they could have fixed it up, right?
They didn't have time for the final game. That's why I was hoping Insane Trilogy would remake this level.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I meant. It's just like the design's there, you know.
Yeah. In the previous level, I mean, yeah, the design isn't really there, but that would have been a good time to show off their original level design. I just really wish they had like a small extra island full of these unused levels. I don't know why these trees in particular lack textures.
Okay.
Again, if you die, the game crashes, so don't do that.
Don't do that.
There's also no boxes or Wumpa fruit or anything. Actually, that's another thing. The reason boxes even exist is because they feel like the levels were too empty otherwise. And there's actually supposed to be other fruit than just Wumpa fruit. There's gonna be like pineapples, grapes, and other things I don't remember. And this is the end, I guess.
What an ending.
Whee!
And this is the, it's called the cliff level, even though it's a waterfall and the water doesn't hurt you.
Transition there, guy. You fell down from the transition.
That wasn't my intention, but sure, let's go with that. Actually, I think this is going to be my thumbnail. I like it.
You like it?
Yeah. So this is actually a really cool level.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't look at the waterfall in the back. Okay, that waterfall is fine, but... Oh, no, never mind, it's not. Don't look at the waterfall. It looks bad. Don't look at it. It's fine.
Defying the laws of
the
physics.
second half.
Okay.
By the way, I've never actually completed this level until this recording because it's pretty hard, and again, if you fall, the game crashes. Yeah, these levels are a little unstable, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, and that
You're seeing a
current,
lot of text.
the current going to the right was really strong. If it's stopping gravity like here, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's Cortex's genetically modified waterfall.
Genetically modified.
It seems legit.
I guess that's a part name. This is like a legitimately cool mechanic. I'm really sad this level wasn't finished.
Alright, who's consistently just dropping that one rock, though? I want to know. Who's consistent? Oh, Crash, you're stuck down there? Okay, hang on, let me get it.
Let me drop another rock.
Coco. It's Coco.
Okay.
Yeah. I wish this happened with more games. I want more prototypes for games to leak. Like, out of the games I love, the only ones I can think of be Sonic 2, 3, this, Spyro 1. Not a single Nintendo prototype that I care about, at least.
Also, those flowers look more out of Rayman.
Yeah, they kind of do, actually. I just realized the skunk model is unfinished, too. It's different than the one in the final game. Okay, so here, I don't know if there's more level, because I kind of got stuck up there. I don't know what happened. And, here, there is no music playing, but there are sound effects, so I didn't have to mute the game entirely. And this is an unused Tana room. I know it looks different from tunnel rooms in the final. Yeah, I crashed. I know it looks different than the tunnel rooms in the final game. This is just how they look like in the prototype. The same as the embryo rooms. They developed those first, I guess. Or this could be.
I was gonna say, there's so many opportunities.
Wow, that freaking minecart is spazzing out near the end there.
I would post a link to this, but like the download link I got was like really sketchy. So yeah. Oh yeah, this game originally only had passwords in this build and used icons instead of PlayStation buttons, which is a lot more confusing.
That's so weird.
Most Tana's design is way different.
Yeah,
her colors are very different. Aku's icon is also really different.
Also, another haircut.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about last part. This is Sunset Vista. This is in the final game, but it was heavily modified to be made a lot easier because this Sunset Vista, oh my god, this Sunset Vista, this level's insane. If you thought Stormy Ascent was hard, oh my god, you're in for a treat. This is ridiculous. It starts off like relatively the same, but as the level goes on, you start noticing. I forgot that happened. As the level goes on, you start noticing more and more changes that make it significantly harder.
Also, this water's a lot wavier than the final games.
It might be. I don't remember it. I haven't played the original Crash 1 in a while. Ever since Insane Trilogy came out, I just haven't had a reason to go back to the original Crash 1.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I'll have to do it for a review, though. I'm a little nervous about that. I haven't 100%ed the original PS1 version in a long time.
Oh, wow. That's a very tight jump. Jeez.
Yeah. So far, there's been a handful of differences compared to the final Sunset Vista, but nothing too crazy. But trust me, by the end of this level, you're gonna be shocked at how much they expect out of you.
I don't know.
I like your commentary, Dylan.
I don't know what to say anymore.
Checkpoint.
So, I need to admit something. I use save states in this level. I'm sure I could do it without save states. I just didn't feel like doing it that day. I'll do it someday, just not now.
It's okay, Brendan.
Alright, so this is one of the first major changes. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of later in the level. Never mind.
Carry on.
Carry on.
I'm trying to remember this level, but it's like Crash 1 compared to the Crash Insane trilogy footage.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you don't know Crash 1
Yeah, I
super
don't know
well.
it too well.
This is another change. There was a safe platform here in the final game. Like, I think that torch on the left down there, I think that was a safe platform in the final game.
Hmm.
And I'm not going for the box gem, because they don't exist yet. Oh, that felt good.
Bouncy.
Bouncy. I haven't heard a lot of the original Crash 1 music in a while, so this is kind of odd to hear.
Oof. It has such a tight platform. Jeez.
Yeah, that jump absolutely is
Wow.
kind of tight in the final. I tried spinning into it.
Man, I have a really bad
checkpoint
habit
animation.
of not spinning on time with enemies. I always figure run up to it.
Actually, I think with that enemy, if you try spinning into it, you'll bounce off.
Really?
It's either that or the red lizard. I'm not sure. One of those two.
Hmm.
I never remember, so I always just kind of jump on them when I play the game. Because that kills both of them.
Right. Almost sounds like shooters. You run out of solutions in shooters, you just use explosives. That's usually how it goes. Use explosives.
This is also the first time. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. That's an example of this being a 3D platformer in a 2D level design. I jumped towards the screen on accident. Because, I forgot to mention this. I was using a 360's D-pad. Imagine playing Crash 1 with a 360 D-pad. It's not fun. So I end up jumping, like, towards or away from the camera in multiple spots in this.
Wow.
You know what's funny is before we recorded this, you told me that, and I completely forgot. And now now I understand why you had like all those mistakes. Just wait.
It's a long level.
Oh no! For the main playthrough, I was using a PS4 controller because I was on a PS4.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
not playing this on
I am being really
I'm not
dumb.
playing this on
I'm being really dumb.
I'm not playing this on actual hardware.
I apologize. I am being really stupid.
He burns onto a PS1 disc and play it.
Yes.
I mean, if you have a mod shed, you can do that. I don't though.
He bought it off the black market off of Naughty Dog and played it.
There you go.
Sorry.
I'm the one that leaked the prototype. You're welcome. So this pattern is much harder than anything you see in the final game. Which is why I was standing there for so long. I was expecting it to be something else.
Huh. Oh. Okay.
Those bats despawned. Early build, people. Early build. I think there I was like, oh yeah, I almost jumped off the cliff because of 360 D-pad.
Oh jeez.
No, that was intentional because I was trying to jump over
the
obstacle.
Just the fact that this is crazy.
Oh, this level gets so much more intense.
Oh
than
my
this.
gosh.
That wasn't a safe state. What are you talking about?
Nope.
No, it wasn't. Nope.
Jeez. How do you even, like, it's just luck, right? Like, there's no way to plan it.
No, you can't. You just have to pay really close attention. But yeah, that pattern is a lot more simple in the final game. Again, this level gets even crazier. Look, at the very end, there is a ridiculously hard jump they expect out of you. And I'm so happy I don't have to do that in the final game. I keep on swerving because of the 360 D-pad.
I don't understand why they thought that was a good D-pad to have.
I think it's because, like, during that generation, 2D games kind of died, at least the one prior, so they just didn't care about having a bad D-pad.
Not like that, at the time, that was the D-pad they had in the original Xbox one, so they kind of just went with what they had.
Yeah, but the original Xbox had a lot of controller growing up pains, so...
In that generation, it didn't really matter because
I will say
2D
though,
games are really...
That's true.
Wait, before you continue, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is an example of it becoming much harder. There is no safe ground under there. If you fall, you die. There was a floor there in the final game.
Oh.
Anyway, go on, Dylan.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you do ever play original Xbox, get the S controllers. They're way better. Don't play with the two.
Yeah,
don't play with the...
Yeah, I know.
But what if I want the Duke controller, Dylan?
But, I mean, if the Duke controller is your only option, God help you. Like,
is it worse than like a Madcast controller in the Xbox?
Probably not. I'd say Madcast controller is probably worse.
Okay.
Especially with the flimsy triggers on a Madcast controller.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Bad D-pads weren't really an issue that generation though, which is why I still love the GameCube controller, because 2D games were just pretty rare at that point.
Right.
A checkpoint is floating in the air. That's not something you see in the final game. It's trying to see if there's something there. There isn't.
Speaking of my original Xbox, I have the unfortunate news of saying that it's crapping out on me. I think it's the video card in it or something's going. Every time I try to play a game in it now, the screen just flashes and won't stay on. It'll make like weird colors. I don't know what's going on with it.
That blows.
It's like, yeah.
Look at this.
What?
Look at how fast these are.
Oh.
Look at this!
What?
How? How? That's what I was talking about. Oh, I somehow didn't die.
Oh.
There's a safe spot there.
For some reason.
Jeez.
Wow.
How do they expect you to do that?
That is just, that's not even cool. That's just rude. That's just rude.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they got rid of this platform in the final game. That is so insane. Get it?
This, I mean, well, still, jeez. How long is this level, too?
Oh, it's a marathon.
Jeez.
Even if final game is a marathon, it just feels more like a hero because it's much harder.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you know that feeling of thinking you got the timing right on a jump and you don't, just you fall.
Oh wow, that.
Where did I jump off of there? Oh, you can see Cortex's blimp in the background. I got another one of these platforms. I'm so happy these aren't in the final game. They're dumb.
Oh, that background
Wow,
picture is
back to
pretty
back.
detailed. You can even see the rope connected to the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is the end. Yeah, it is. I hear it. Yeah, that
Oh.
level. Oh.
One time.
Thank you, Naughty Dog, for realizing how stupid it is.
Oh, that's Crash.
Yeah, I'm excited to get to Crash 2 because I like that game a lot more. It's my favorite game in the series.
I'll
I'm
definitely
excited
have a
to show
lot
it.
more to say. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just inherently more of an interesting game. And if you want to get into the Crash series, please do not start with Crash 1. I like it, but it has a lot of problems. Start off with 2, then 3, and then if you like those games enough, then play 1. I feel like a lot of people are turned off from Crash, and I ask them why, and they say, "Oh, I played Crash 1 and Insane Trilogy." That's why you played Crash 1. Play Crash 2 and 3. I mean, like, the vehicles suck in 3, but like the general levels are a lot better. Anyway, this is going too long. See you guys next time when we do. I have no idea.
Whatever we do next.
Yep.
I honestly don't know. So bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.